Alright guys, so welcome back to another build video, we'll say. So we're out testing the new setup, just doing a bit of run through, run down, see what works, see what doesn't, make some changes. Now we have got a lot of changes that need to be made, so I'll go through how we've set it up at the moment and go from there. Alright, so we've went out and got a Adventure Kings 2.5 by 2.5 awning tent. So set awning tent up on the side of the trailer, which I'll show you that in a minute. Got the awning walls set up on both sides, and yeah, so it's very basic setup. So I mean, it's got bed for three of us. Now we have tried to access the side of the trailer from the door, but I think the size of the door, it doesn't really work. It catches on the top here. I mean, the door length isn't enough either, so we'll go through. So it's pegged out just there. Now we have had to run it on a lean just to get it to line up on that side. But the problem I found, I'm not sure whether it's just the XTM awning or not, but you see, that's too short, so it doesn't quite fit. So thought would be that this XTM awning is going to go on the other side of the trailer eventually anyway, because we're going to go 270 on this side. It'll wrap around the back. And if we are going to use this, it'll mainly be on the vehicle anyway. So we'll get a Kings 2.5, and hopefully that should resolve that distance issue there. So we've got Starlink set up, just feeds in. I haven't really worked out a way to get it in there at this stage. Now, I've had to run solar blanket, because if you look, there's that shadow line right there. Now, I think it may be that this is actually a house solar panel. Now, when I bought it, it was rated as a caravan, but good old eBay, you can never really tell. So the idea will be to build it up probably to here, so it misses that awning level and won't have any shade there. So come around. There will be some changes in here. So water tank, it works. It's only gravity fed at the moment. We've just got the breather hose hanging up here for now. Have got a slight water leak on that, hence why I've taped it up, but we'll get to that silicon. So yeah, we'll be changing the battery box setup, and I'll show you in a sec what we're going to end up doing with that. But the we'll end up running inverter on this back wall next to the control panel. Now obviously we've got a negative down one side because of how thick the cable is, but then silly me, we've gone thick cable to there, but then we've run reduced cable size, so it's basically, you know, two 15 amp. But I only just did that just for a test anyway, so, and everything works. And compression latches have made things so much easier. So we've gone compression latches on all three doors. So we end up using, so we've gone with the 65 chest fridge freezer. Had the inverter running pretty much all afternoon yesterday. We got here at, I think it was about 1 o'clock. So I had the inverter running all day, running Starlink, and by the time we went to bed, I think it was 75% with minimal solar coming in, so it wasn't too bad. Obviously, if we had the bigger solar panel running, it would have been a lot better, because we're roughly drawing out 5.5 amps, even with the small solar blanket. And this fridge was set on eco mode, so it was only pulling, 1.92 amps. So the idea is with the batteries in the Pelican case. We're going to move them to under the drawer at the front there, where that white clear storage case is next to the water tanks. So that'll help bring that weight forward too, but I mean, I think it's a better position for it. So that means some tweaking. So the inverter that's in there currently, it's going to go roughly around about there, if not to the outer side. And we're going to run a bigger MPPT in the center. Move your hand, it'll focus better, Luke. Yeah, and we have got a new kitchen slide, which will actually work out well if we're moving this Pelican case, because I can build up some drawers here for storage, and they're going to run kitchen slide with chest fridge here. I may just end up running this as a dedicated freezer for the bigger trips, and then run another fridge on top of the kitchen slide. So it's fridge top, and then it has a middle drawer, middle slide on runners, and there's another base slide. It's an XTM. I'll put it in here. And yeah, that's what we picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So yeah, so for tests we've run so far, it seems to be working well. Haven't spent much time on it lately, so we'll definitely got some changes to make. So yeah, it's only going to be a quick video just to see where we're at and changes we have to make. And the idea was to run it and test it and see and make changes from there. It was never going to be 100% perfect the first time around. So yeah, thanks guys.